So who is Al Sharpton anyway?
Who is this 33-year-old preacher without a church?
A number of black New Yorkers as well. He is little more than a pudgy exhibitionist who can be counted on to show up, bullhorn in hand, at every racial incident.
I often quote Mark Twain saying, "The two most important moments in life is the moment you are born and the moment you find out why you were born." I had a very troubling conversation the other day that prompted me to do this little video. A young man that I've known a while came to me and he was crushed. I mean, really crushed, because people were criticizing his work. He's in the ministry, but he's also an actor. And he said he couldn't understand why people were jumping all over, criticizing him, trying to find scandalous and derogatory things about him. And I told him, I said, you know, you're very young. You don't know the road I've traveled. They call me everything but a child of God.
A blabbermouth, a loudmouth, too flamboyant, an agitator, a racist,
I had to learn.
Yeah, right.
I was not defined by how others saw me. I was defined by how I saw myself and whether I was being true to myself. Some of you watching this don't like me. And it doesn't matter as long as I know what I'm doing and I like me for being real. So I'm doing this video to say to you, whoever you are and whatever you do, you may not be in ministry or social justice, none of this stuff, but don't live your life worried about opposition or people that don't like you. You can turn that around. Use me as an example. The same people that call me a scam artist, a con artist, a sellout, or racial hustler and all, I kept going. And the people I respected started respecting and publicly embracing my work.
When Coretta Scott King, the widow of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., had this to say about Al Sharpton.
A leader who has protested injustice with a passionate, unrelenting commitment to nonviolent action in the spirit and tradition of Martin Luther King Jr. And I am talking about your leader, our leader, the Reverend Al Sharpton.
The other thing that hasn't changed is the National Action Network's commitment to fight injustice and inequality here in New York City and across America. And that's not only a testament to Reverend Sharpton, it's a testament to all of you who are here tonight.
First and foremost, to Reverend Sharpton. I saw him when he first came on the scene, and I have marveled at his tenacity, at the development of his intellect, and his devotion to our movement, and much he has contributed to the world we are experiencing. I am honored, and I must say that when I had my debate with Dr. King on the issue of the church and religion, he didn't warn me that after his departure, his space would be filled by another preacher, and that preacher would be Al Sharpton.
All you want in life is people that matter to you to say you did all right. And more important, that you can look in the mirror and say you did all right.
Thank you, Rev. Thanks for that introduction. Look, we've known each other for a long time. I'm grateful not only for your leadership and partnership, but quite frankly, more importantly, for your friendship. And thanks to all of you, members of our nation's most important civil rights organization.
You have been, over all of your years, such an extraordinary leader. You are a voice of truth, a voice of conscience, a voice of practicality around what we must address and what we can do. And I thank you so much for your friendship.
I remember that most of the youth around Al's age, he was about 12, wanted to be like Connie Hawkins, a great basketball player, legend, or Earl the Pearl, or Clyde Frazier. Al wanted to be like Adam Powell, a powerful preacher with a social justice gospel. He was very close to, at that time, the Reverend William Augustus Jones, powerful preacher and social justice advocate, and Reverend Gardner Taylor, who stayed right down the street, and Bishop Washington, whose church he came from, and Reverend Sandy Ray. He wanted to be like these giant preachers. He wanted them to have the edge, however, of the King's social justice dimension. He wanted to be like them. Now he's one of them. Perhaps taller than most of them because of the risks he has taken and the reward God has given him with his gift. I remember so well that first escorted him to jail. He was around 13 years old with the jail fighting the ANP. He was in the lineage of our struggle. He grew up in it. We didn't just see him on TV one night. He didn't happen. He came bottom up, not top down.
So good. That was beautiful. Thank you, everyone. I am humbled and grateful to be here with you tonight. I love you too. I love you too. It seems like I've known Reverend Al Sharpton all my life. My mom was such a fan of his, and I've seen him through my life in LA at MCA Records. When I was there, he'd come through, you know, and get those people straight about our contracts and talk about that. And I haven't been honored a lot. Maybe this is my second time, and I'm 68 years old. And I've been in this business my entire life. I've never done what you would call a real job. But I am truly honored and I'm thankful, and I love us. I love my black people. And I fight for us, and I want the women, the black women, to really know their worth. Know that they're queens. That's important to me. That's how my mother raised me. My mother was militant, I guess, when it wasn't trendy, yes. Because when I was a little girl, my mother and father would drive in Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, do or die. And when she would see police officers handling black children or a black boy or a girl, she would have my father stop and say, she'd get out of the car and she'd say, "What's going on here? Wait a minute. What you doing?" All the time. So it's natural that I'm that way because I'm so tired of seeing our black men beaten with handcuffs. They have handcuffs on. That's important to me. That's my fight. I want love in this world. We're living in some, I love you, I love you. I never knew love like this before. I can't sing because we
Morning,
just
good morning, good morning. Welcome to another week of National Action Network Live. And in the words of our great late attorney Michael Hardy, when you hear the cry, "No justice, no peace," you know you are where the action is. My name is Nancy Darlene Crawford, and I am your host for this morning's broadcast. Today, we will hear reports on what NAN is doing across the country and are joined by various leaders of our community and in the nation, bringing to you how you can get involved and get into the action with NAN now. Our keynote speaker today is none other than our president and founder, the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. We welcome all of you who have joined us today live at our House of Justice Auditorium located at 106 West 145th Street and the corner of Lenox Avenue in the village of Harlem. Welcome to those also watching us via live stream on our social media platforms and our website at www.nationalactionnetwork.net. During the Saturday Action Rally, we have a segment here called What's on Your Mind? We invite you to email us at nanwhatsonyourmind@gmail.com or call us live at 877-626-4651 and share with us a brief account of what issues are concerning you most that you want the broader community to be aware of. We invite you to call us, email us, what's on your mind today. The NAN Youth Huddle will meet on Monday, November 17th, here at the House of Justice Auditorium. All are welcome to join. Spread the word and get into the action with our youngest and brightest dreamers of today and leaders of tomorrow. For more information on the Youth Huddle experience, you can call us at 877-626-4651 or email nanyouthhuddle@gmail.com. Tune in to MS Now's Politics Nation with Al Sharpton every Saturday and Sunday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, live on MS Now. The National Action Network Political Action Committee, November is National Veterans and Military Families Month. Fourth Saturday monthly meeting to be held here at the House of Justice, 106 West 145th Street in the Village of Harlem on Saturday, November 22nd at 11:30 a.m. The purpose of the meeting is a planning of our fifth Saturday Voter Education Forum Project series on the Big Ugly Bill to be held at the House of Justice, 170th birthday of the late Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Saturday, November 29, 2025 at 11:30 a.m. All are welcome. For more information, please contact Dawn Jones directly here at the House of Justice. Prayers for Jesse Jackson. Upon hearing about the troubling news that Reverend Jesse Jackson has been hospitalized, Reverend Sharpton immediately contacted the family and offered his support. He discussed his close relationship with Reverend Jackson on his radio show, Keeping It Real, and will do the same on his MS Now show, Politics Nation, this weekend. The entire National Action Network team sends their love and prayers to Reverend Jackson and his entire family. National Urban League Empowerment Center. Reverend Sharpton delivered inspiring remarks at the ribbon-cutting ceremony this week for the National Urban League's new Empowerment Center located here in Harlem. Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani also addressed the crowd for this ribbon-cutting on Wednesday. He praised the new headquarters and said it was a befitting of the legacy of greatness that so many Black New Yorkers have built in Harlem. Reverend Sharpton was seated in the front row with now Mayor-elect Mamdani, Governor Kathy Hochul, Councilman Yusef Salaam, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, Michelle F. Banks, Michelle Miller, and David Solomon. Faith, civic, and culture leaders filled the room as everyone celebrated this historic launch of a vital new center for empowerment and equity. Shutdown shenanigans. Following the announcement of the Senate's agreement to end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, Reverend Sharpton released the following statement. Senate Republicans started this shutdown, so let's not pretend they have the moral high ground with this agreement. They launched a crusade to snatch health care from millions of at-risk Americans by spending cuts when this loss of coverage will endanger both our economy and human lives. I applaud Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Democrats for their courage to stand up for Americans who want the government to work for them, not harm them. As this news broke on Sunday, Reverend Sharpton also addressed the issue on his Politics Nation show. He closed out the show highlighting how the millions who depend on Affordable Care Act's premium tax credit remain in limbo. He emphasized the fact that we will not accept a future vote as a substitute for action now. Our demands remain to protect the ACA, restore full health care access, get federal workers back to work, and hold all branches of government accountable, said Reverend Sharpton. Protecting DEI. For the 98th week in a row, National Action Network held our critical protest calling for the protection and preservation of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Demonstrating outside the offices of anti-DEI crusader Bill Ackman, we gathered once again to display our strong support for DEI. For nearly 2 years now, NAN has been leading DEI Thursdays each and every week as many forces attack progress. We cannot allow progress that was achieved through immense sacrifice to be stripped away, both here and abroad. If we do not speak out and take action immediately, it may be too late. DEI Thursdays continued every week, whether rain or shine, for almost 2 years. It's week 98, and we're still on the line. Join us as we fight together for the protection of DEI and our civil rights gains. For more information on DEI Thursdays and all that NAN is doing, please visit our website at www.nationalactionnetwork.net. Politics Nation delivers. It was another action-packed weekend as a slew of elected office officials, leaders, and change makers made an appearance on Reverend Sharpton's show, Politics Nation, to discuss the day's issue and how we can continue the fight for equality. Jessica Mackler, president of Emily's List, highlighted the wave of victories by Democrats' women in last week's election, like Governor-elect Mikey Sherrill and Abigail Spangenberger, and as well as women breaking barriers in cities like Detroit, Syracuse, St. Paul, and everywhere. Yolanda Jacobs, president of AFGE Local 2883, and LaShonda Palmer, president of AFGE Local 333, joined the show to discuss the government shutdown and its impact on federal workers as hundreds of thousands were furloughed or working without pay. Meanwhile, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson joined Reverend Sharpton to talk about the escalating humanitarian crisis in Chicago with the Trump administration's aggressive immigration enforcement tactics, as well as the current difficult financial constraints many are now finding themselves in. Mayor Johnson called it a direct assault on American cities and working people. Reverend Sharpton sat down with Trailblazers Mayor-elect Sharon Owens of Syracuse and Mayor-elect Dorsey Appleris of Albany, the first Black women ever elected to lead these cities. The conversation focused on how their victories are a testament to what happens when communities organize around integrity, opportunity, and hope. Reverend Sharpton also welcomed Senator Chris Coons, Connecticut Secretary of State Stephanie Thomas, California Congresswoman Latifah Simon, and many others. He also covered the next generation of leadership by welcoming 19-year-old Cameron Drew, who made history by winning a seat as a county supervisor by just 10 votes over his former high school civics teacher in Surry County, Virginia. Be sure to catch Politics Nation this weekend, Saturday and Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time live on MS Now. Don't miss a beat. Welcome to all of you who have tuned in and joined us also via live stream at www.nationalactionnetwork.net and also live on Facebook at National Action Network. If this is your first time joining us, and or if you are not a member of NAN, we welcome you to NAN and invite you to join us and get into the action today. For more information and to join, you may visit www.nationalactionnetwork.net. Call 877-626-4651 or text the word NAN, N-A-N, to 59769. Welcome. Let us now welcome NAN Change Choir soloist Tisha Hunter under the direction of our musical director, Minister Tyrone Richardson. And the NAN Change Ensemble. Well, it is Saturday, and we have a line formed here, and our special liaison to the president of National Action Network, Reverend Stephen Marshall, is here, and he wants to know what's on your mind.
Thank you, Sister Nancy. Good morning, National Action Network. I know it's cold, but y'all sound tired. Good morning, National Action Network. Can y'all give the music department one more hand? Welcome to this week's segment of What's on Your Mind. Just a quick announcement, the viewpoints that you will hear today do not reflect those of the National Action Network, but we are excited that there's a long line in the House of Justice. We thank you for your commitment, your diligence to our movement. Please step up, tell us your name and what's on your mind.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Ramsey from Brooklyn, giving honor to God who is the head of my life, to Reverend Sharpton and everyone in their respectable places. For this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is a time that I know a lot of people are going through because of the fact that maybe the holidays are here and you may have lost loved ones. So God has compassion for you. God knows, He sees, and He cares for you. So everyone that's listening, I ask you today to continue to cast your cares upon the Lord, because He will sustain you. God has not forgotten you. God loves you. God is like your mother and your father. When they forsake you, the Lord will take you up. I'm going to leave you with Psalm 100. Make a joyful noise. I said, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before His presence with singing. Know that the Lord, He is God. It is He who has made us and not we ourselves. We are His people and the sheep of His pasture. Enter into His gates with praise and His courts with thanksgiving. Give thanks to Him and bless His name, for the Lord is good and His mercy endureth. For the Lord is good. I said the Lord is still good, and His mercy endureth forever, and His faithfulness to all generation. I also would like to invite you all to our Monday night youth huddle. Amen. Where Ashley Sharpton oversees that, and they're doing a marvelous work. I'm telling you, I listen to them online, and our young people, well, huddle stands for helping and uniting dreamers to develop, lead, and empower. And our young people are doing that, just that. They're leading and empowering. We have to continue to stand with our young people. They need us to stand. And if we're falling down, how can they take example from us if we're not standing? So we have to stand up. We're fighting a good fight. Continue to fight. No justice, no peace.
All right. Next, brother, tell us your name, where you're from, and what's on your mind.
My name is Maurice. I'm from Brooklyn. And what's on my mind right now is Chuck Schumer and the fight that he led to protect the ACA. Now, I'll start off by giving him his props. He led the longest shutdown in history, and it was going well for a while, but then we had 8 Republicans that went left and broke rank and decided to end the shutdown. Now, what I say is that double-minded people are unstable in all things. Now, Chuck Schumer really cares about the people and really cares that the ACA is protected. But he also really cares about protecting his campaign donors, right? Now, the problem with that is that when we had other leaders like Nancy Pelosi, like Harry Reid, you put them in the same situation, and the knee-jerk reaction from them is that they're going to get this done. They understand the importance of it, and the situation is not going to be resolved with a compromise, or the situation is not going to be resolved to protect the campaign donors. It's going to be resolved to protect the people. We need leaders that are going to stand up to protect our rights. We need to put the best possible people in each one of these positions. It's not about who we like, it's about who's going to get it done. All right? So let's not be afraid to primary certain people when they do certain things, and let's not be afraid to switch up leadership when necessary. No justice, no peace.
Thank you for that. Please tell us your name, where you're from, and what's on your mind.
Good morning. This is Dr. Jesse Fields, Harlem Community Doctor, and what's on my mind is to let you know that yesterday we did a Creating Our Mental Health workshop at the A. Philip Randolph Center on 146th Street right nearby, and we linked to the Performing the World Conference, an international conference of activists, artists, educators, therapists, community organizers from around the world, some from the United States, from Africa, from Nigeria, Uganda, from Asia, India, and the Caribbean. It was community activists and organizers talking about the use of theater, poetry, the arts, dancing, breakdancing, hip-hop, organizing in grassroots communities around the world. People are standing up, and particularly empowering our young people to stand up to corrupt power, to fight for peace, for nonviolence and for democracy. And we sent a message of support. We linked to this conference at our Creating Our Mental Health workshop yesterday at A. Philip Randolph virtually by Zoom. It was an international conference. The conference is virtual. I have lots of information to share with you about it. It's going on all day today, all day tomorrow. I'm doing a session at 3 p.m. about creating our mental health with other therapists and activists from around the world. So I wanted to let you know, thank you, I wanted to let you know that we gave Combatants for Peace, which is an organization of Israelis, former combatants, and Palestinians coming together and fighting for peace and nonviolence and using theater to bring Israelis and Palestinians together. It's a very hopeful movement. We brought a message from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who stood up for peace, who worked for nonviolence, and he would be supporting them. I know we want that. We're led by Reverend Al Sharpton. We are in the tradition of Dr. Martin Luther King. So we brought them that message, and we shared love with them, and they are continuing. They're having more sessions. Ordinary people in the Middle East, in Gaza, coming together, grieving together about the situation. That's the hope for the future. No justice, no peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Please step up, tell us your name and what's on your mind.
Yes, my name is Minister Crystal Parrish. And I just wanted to give glory and honor to the Spirit of the living God, just giving God praise and honor this morning. And I just want to thank God for the Lord just leading me to help my neighbors and me. He said to love the Lord with all your heart, soul, mind, with all your might and strength, to love thy neighbor as thyself. I want to thank God because the Lord Jesus Christ himself spoke these words. And the lobby door was broken, the intercom was broken. I saw that the plaster and paint, needed it be done in the building, as well as the lights, as well as everything needed to be done to the building. Even the wash machines was broken. I was concerned about my neighbors going out, just have to walk 3 and 4 blocks just to use the laundromat. And so I got in contact with Councilman Yusef Salon and also Sani Herrera, who helped me actually do the paperwork for the Department of Housing Community Renewal. And within months, the work was done where we have new intercom system, new lobby doors, new wash machines. They plastered and painted the building. And also, what blessed me, they gave us new key fobs just to get in and out the building, that no one cannot just come in and out the building. So I just want to thank God for the new lights that's there and also the new lantern lights. And now I'm fighting to make sure that the fire door is protected and safe, making sure that the hallway to the fire door, and I just believe and give God the glory. For he said in Proverbs 1:31, verse 8 and 9, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who have been destituted. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. And I just want to give glory and honor for Reverend Sharpton, who has this place right here that gave me encouragement to speak for the voice to the voiceless. Glory be to God.
All right, give it up for her. We thank you for your work. Please step up, tell us your name and what's on your mind.
Good day, everybody, and God bless everybody. My name is Sister Reverend Word. I'm from Heaven, born in Harlem. I'm 74 years old and new, and I'm National Action Network lifetime member, and I'm a Jesus Christian. Of course, what's on my mind is Bible scriptures. In particular, we see there's many of us who have to acknowledge that we're imperfect, with good intentions. The good intentions makes a difference in how we function in this world. So of course there's a lot to consider, but one thing that's very important among us human beings is that we have to learn to effectively communicate to the best of our ability. If we disagree, making sense about the disagreement so it could be reasoned out. We have a democracy to protect. It's a marathon. We have to understand that voting is a lifetime process that we're in for life. Hopefully, if we want to keep this democracy. So God bless you all and good day. And we all give ourselves props for doing the best we can, for joining people who are trying to do the best they can. So God bless you all and good day. And remember, God is love all the time, and all the time, God is love. God bless you.
Thank you for that. She said, in your disagreements, make sure you make sense. I like that. That's a t-shirt. All right, tell us your name. Don't just be disagreeing because you just disagree. You gotta make sense. I like that, Reverend Word. Please tell us your name and what's on your mind.
Good morning. I'm Winifred from Brooklyn and from Cameroon. What's on my mind is to Africans and African government. We have to work on the credibility of the continent before we come out to United Nations and start making some outrageous requests, such as wanting a seat at the Security Council. At African Union, so many of those nations, more than 60 years from independence, still being governed by President number 2. Some presidents handing over to their sons, and nobody is talking about all of this to strengthen the group. We have to get some lessons from European Union on how to make the group strong before we can be taken seriously. No justice, no peace.
Thank you. Please step up and tell us your name and what's on your mind.
Hi, I'm Jonka from the Bronx, and what's on my mind is Bible scripture, and also to let everybody know that the United States of America is the first nation under God's money, and we made every nation, so there should be no war. And Revelation 21:4-6, it says he's going to wipe out every tear, he's going to make everything new, and that he's going to be the Alpha and the Omega, and most important, he says that in the beginning and the end, I will give unto them a thirst of the fountain of water of life freely. Well, our water used to be free, and that was so important for the whole world because it's a necessity. When they made TV for money, that was a crime because the commercials were the food and the products of our stock market. So we protest on the stock market, but we should be protesting to restore free broadcasting of radio and TV, because then the news does not get tainted and the money does not control what gets broadcast, because it's God's money and we made every nation. Look it up.
Thank you for that. And when you disagree, you gotta make sense. The United States of America was not the first nation. Tell us your name and what's on your mind.
Good morning. I'm sorry. Good morning. My name is Rachel, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And I come here today with a real...
Sorry. Please, let's have some decorum. Our sister is speaking. Please start over and tell us your name and what's on your mind. You all right?
Yeah.
Take a little breath.
Okay.
All right.
I was just taking it back. All right. So my name is Rachel Cyprian, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And I come here today with a very, very heavy heart. Yesterday, we experienced something. I've been here, the House of Justice, so many times talking about deed theft. And deed theft is when people come along with fraudulent papers, with scams, and they're taking people's homes away. The people's homes that are being taken away are predominantly black people. And the other day we witnessed something over at a sister's house, Florence Lynchmore Smith. Her father bought this home in 1969. I was not yet born. A home in Bed-Stuy. We saw this happen in Harlem. We saw it happen in Bushwick. It's happening now at a retarded rate. Anyhow, her father bought this home. This home has been in the family for over 50 years. Someone pretended to purchase her home, and they're kicking her out of her own home with fraudulent paper. The 81st Precinct is complicit. I heard this man talk about Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer, you were on The View talking, because you wrote a book about the rise of anti-Semitism in America or going on right now, and how much love you have for your people. Chuck Schumer, I too have a lot of love for my people. I'm asking you as a leader, I'd like to speak with you. You were on The View, Sonny Houston, Whoopi Goldberg, I'm calling on you. Shaquille O'Neal, you worked with a man, you played with a man, Chris Jackson. I forget his Muslim name. He went through what we're going through. They came, they invaded his home. Florence's house was smashed up. They came in with crowbars, with police officers from the 81st Precinct. We have it on video. This is not us talking, it's on video. The police officers who've taken an oath to protect and serve New Yorkers, tax-paying New Yorkers, stood by and let these people, they destroyed the bathrooms, the waters, the windows, everything you can imagine within the space of 1 hour, with the police, NYPD, with guns and tasers on them. We have no guns, we have no tasers, we could do nothing. They wouldn't let us in. They allowed the fraudster to walk out and walked him to his car. They didn't arrest him. We went to the precinct looking for answers. No one would address us. We're asking any attorney, a civil rights attorney, anyone who wants to come to 168 Patchen. We are now rotating round the clock. We're not going to give that property up. Our bodies are on the line. We're not playing. We're not going to have another Tulsa. What's going on in Gaza is going to stay in Gaza. We're not going to have it here in Brooklyn. And we're not putting up with it. We're asking for people. We don't want money. We want justice. We don't say no justice, no vote, no peace, no justice. We say no justice, no vote. We vote these people in. We want people coming to 168 Patchen Avenue. We want results. We don't want talk. Talk is cheap. And Malcolm X said this is something we're going to have to do for self. We're doing it for self. And we're holding people accountable. We're at that property. If that fraudster wants to come back, baby. Take your chop. Take your chance. Because we're not giving that property up. We want the foolishness to stop. Thank you. And I hope a civil rights attorney, I hope people call us Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Jackson, that was your American name. We could be reached at Stop Deed Theft on Instagram. We're also Black Homeowners Preservation Coalition. We're looking for real help. We don't want cheap talk. We want action. Chuck Schumer, reach out to us, Chuck Schumer. We want answers. Sanford Sony stole 300 to 400 homes from black people. He was just sentenced for 7 years. 7 measly years. Meanwhile, black men are rotting away in jail for a lot less. Ridiculous. All the nonsense has to stop.
Thank you. And deed theft is a real thing, so we want to make sure we protect our inherent wealth. Please step up, tell us your name and what's on your mind.
I am Tony from the Bronx, and y'all seem to like that. Okay, good. What's on my mind is communication, because what we've been going through, especially with the shutdown and this, that, and the other, and the Epstein file, I want to bring something that I've learned a long time ago that we all need to know about. Y'all don't know this. I'm a personal development coach and trainer. I do relationships. I do emotional intelligence, all of that. So what I want to bring today is a particular mindset called WAIT, W-A-I-T. It's also matched with W-A-T-T, Watt. And so that means, why am I talking? Why am I talking? So are you talking to add to the conversation, subtract from the conversation, multiply the power and the opportunities in the conversation, or divide the people and the opportunities in the conversation? You want to pay attention to why you're talking, but even more important, you want to pay attention to why everybody else is talking. And so you want to ask, why are they talking? What? Are they talking to add, subtract, multiply, divide the conversation? If you want to get some practice in that, just pay attention to the politics. Watch the news, listen to how they're trying to protect, and Donald Trump is trying to protect himself. He's trying to divide the conversation in the country. So pay attention to why are people talking, especially why are you talking, and we'll be able to actually catch ourselves up and bring ourselves together at some point soon, because we won't be able to BS each other and ourselves anymore. I'm complete.
All right, Tony. I got your haircut. The haircut helped, Tony. Step up and tell us. Y'all give it up for Tony. That was pretty good. Tell us your name and what's on your mind.
I'm Minister Sandra. I'm from the Bronx. I give praise and thanks to Dr. Reverend Al Sharpton, and we got to send our prayers out there to Reverend Jesse Jackson. But as us, as people, we have, when you taking vitamins for your body and your bones, you have to put vitamins here for the brain. And we have to eat right, and I thank God for being here. Thank you. No justice, no peace.
Give all yourselves a big round of applause. We thank you for all of your contributions. We encourage all of you to participate in what's on your mind. I think today was very, very, very valuable. All of the viewpoints that were shared were incredible. To those of you that are watching us online, we ask you to also contribute. You can call us at any time, 877-626-4651. Back to you, my sister, Nancy Darlene.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Marshall, and to all that contributed to today's What's on Your Mind. Our members are hard working on the ground to raise the issues and making change into reality in this country. To hear more about what is going on right here in the National Action Network New York City chapter, we take you in the house this week with to discuss the National Crisis Department. Minister Christian Matthew, National Youth and College Director and House of Justice Coordinator of the New York City chapter. Let us welcome him at this time.
Thank you, Nancy. Good morning, House of Justice. Of course, we give deference to our leader, Reverend Sharpton, and thank you to all of those that tuned in and supported What's on Your Mind this morning. At NAN, our mission is to stand with communities in crisis across the nation. From national issues to local challenges, the Crisis Department ensures that no person, no family or community facing an urgent need is left without support. As Reverend Sharpton reminds us, what good is it to be national when you are locally insignificant? That principle not only drives our work every day, but it ensures that we are acting nationally while keeping our impact locally and making sure that we do not leave our own backyard unmanned. Across the nation, the National Crisis Department is actively monitoring, documenting, and responding to urgent situations, from police misconduct, civil rights violations, voter suppression, discrimination in housing, employment, and education. We move and mobilize to provide the much-needed resources that folks may be in need of. Our team provides direct guidance, connects with legal resources, and coordinates with local authority and chapter leadership to ensure that solutions are implemented quickly. While our reach is national, our work is deeply local. Across cities and towns, we meet people where they are, providing clarity, support, and actionable steps to navigate complex situations. We act as a bridge between those that are facing urgent challenges and the resource that can help them, whether it's legal aid, social services, or direct advocacy support. Our local efforts are coordinated with a broader national picture. Every intake, every case, every intervention contributes not just to the national understanding of challenges, but also the emerging crisis that are affecting Black communities across this nation and that are affecting those that are in need of that assistance. The Crisis Department does not just intake cases, but we also follow up relentlessly. Each case is tracked from intake to resolution, with regular communication to ensure that individuals are supported at every step of the way. This includes monitoring progress on housing and employment disputes, ensuring that law enforcement and government agencies are held accountable, and providing guidance to families that are navigating such complex systems that need more assistance. Sometimes the systems that have been put in place, many people don't understand it. And so here at the Crisis Department, we are making sure that we are assisting in that matter. Our work is strengthened through collaboration. The Crisis Department coordinates closely with other NAN departments and chapters across the nation. As you know, the National Action Network has over 100 chapters across this nation, and each of those chapters have a crisis committee that we call and that we liaise with throughout the week to make sure that folks that are in need in other states are also getting the support that they need. This approach allows us that every crisis, no matter where it occurs, receives the attention that it deserves. Just because you are not here in New York, just because you are not here in New Jersey or the tri-state area, does not mean that you do not have a crisis. Does not mean that you are not in need of assistance. And so, if you are in need of help, call the House of Justice Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are here every day. God knows, because I'm the one that opens. And call 877-626-4651. And that is where you can get the assistance that you need, because we are here to help and we are here to ensure that everybody gets the justice that they deserve. No justice? No peace. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Christian, for that important information about our crisis department here and the National Action Network. Let us welcome Minister Tyrone Richardson, accompanied this morning by the Nan Change Choir.
God is unhappy without praise. What if he is not pleased with the words we say? What if he takes away his love and his spirit from above? What if God is unhappy with our praise? What if God is unhappy with the way we live? What if he is not pleased with the way we live? What if he takes away his love and his spirit from above? What if God is unhappy with the way we live? We must change the way we walk. We must change the way we talk. We must live a life that's pleasing to our King. We must read God's holy word. Let his praises be heard. Lord, just be pleased with our praise. We must change the way we walk. We must change the way we talk. We must live a life that's pleasing to our King. We must read God's holy word. Let his praises be heard. Lord, just be pleased with our praise. We must change the way we walk. We must change the way we talk. We must live a life that's pleasing to our King. We must read God's holy word. Let his praises be heard. Lord, just be pleased. 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 Lord, just be pleased with our praise.
The Nan Change Choir. Let's give them another hand. That was simply beautiful. Simply beautiful. Every Saturday, we have an inspirational word coming from one of our leading pastors from across the country. Please welcome to bring an inspirational word to us this morning, Reverend Xavier Goodwin, Senior Pastor of Brownsville Community Baptist Church in Brooklyn, New York. Let us greet him with a warm National Action Network welcome.
Good morning, saints of God. Giving honor to God, to Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton, President and founder of the National Action Network, to Reverend Dr. W. Franklin Richardson, Chairman of the Board of the National Action Network, to my wife, who I woke up early this morning, and my three sons, Jeremiah, Daniel, and Jonathan, to the Brownsville Community Baptist Church, where I have the joy of and the pleasure of pastoring such a great people. And to those that gather this morning to continue the fight for justice, I bid you greetings this morning. Just one short verse of scripture. Romans chapter 5 reads as thus from the 5th verse, "Now hope does not disappoint, because the love of God has been poured out into our hearts by the Holy Spirit, who was given to us." Father God, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. I want to leave this thought with you this morning, the faithfulness of hope. There's something to be said about being hopeful that makes one's expectation just leap. Hope makes one motivated. It makes one resilient. It strengthens one's mental and physical health. It grants one feeling of comfort through the turbulence that one may be facing. And for some, what's going on in DC is disappointing. Life has a way of lifing where we feel like all hope is gone, where we can no longer stand under the weight and the strain, thank you, sorry, of what life can bring. Where one feels like things will never change and things will always be the same. But the word of the Lord today is that there is still hope. I may be sick, but there's still hope. I may be down, but there's still hope. I may not have anything that the world tells me that I should, but there's still hope. There's hope that days are going to be better. Hope that my situation is going to change. Hope that my child is going to make it through life. Hope that my money is going to stretch the rest of this month. Hope that this little piece of job is going to still be there. Hope that God is going to answer my prayer. Hope that God is going to open the door. Hope that God is going to heal my sick body. And I still have the expectation in God because God is faithful. That when situations look drear, God is faithful. When times are hard, we have to remember that God is faithful. When things are good, God is faithful. When things are going bad, God is faithful. When things are going rough, God is faithful. And the text reminds us about the faithfulness of God. And that we have to remember that no matter where we go or the challenges that we face, that God is faithful. When the government gives up, when there's darkness in the White House, and the mess I see all in the world, I have to remember that God is faithful. God is faithful to set free. God is faithful to provide. God is faithful to make a way. God is faithful to keep. God is faithful to help. God is faithful to step in right at the nick of time. God is faithful to heal my mind. God is faithful, but not only is God faithful, but my faith in God fuels my faith to keep on standing. My faith in God will keep my mind, my faith that he is going to work it out. We have to remember that this is the God that the scripture tells us that causes all things to work together for the good of them that love the Lord. Faith to keep on marching, faith to keep on praying, faith to keep on voting, faith to keep on preaching, faith to keep my head held up high when the rain is falling, faith to have joy through the terrible sorrows of life. Faith to know that God is my hope from yesterday and my hope for today and my strength for tomorrow. Paul then further tells us that we also just don't glory in the hope of God, but that we glory in tribulation. Now, if you're like me, I don't like trouble in my life. I don't always like having to deal with bringing 1 month's bills into the next month. I don't always like having to rob Peter to pay Paul and then have no money for the rest of y'all. And many of us are dealing with the same thing here. A president that only cares about ballrooms instead of what's going on in your room. The prices for products seem to go higher and higher, but our paychecks only seem to get smaller and smaller. And it seems like the point that there is no point of living or having hope at all. But I'm so glad that the text does not cause us to abandon our hope, but gives us a reason why, like Reverend Jesse Jackson would say, keep hope alive. Because no matter what, we are always going to have something that challenges our hope.
But Paul tells us that our tribulations work on something more than our last nerves. Our tribulations produce perseverance, and perseverance character, and character produces hope, and that we should hold on to our hope in and through any situation, but he's also working on me in the situation. And this gives me some good old Baptist joy, because that while I'm waiting, he's still working. That while I'm waiting on God to show up, he's working on me in the midst of my storm. While I'm waiting on God to deliver, he's working on me in the midst of my trial. While I'm waiting on God to make a way, he's working on me and giving me the strength that I need, letting me know that he will be a keeper, that he will be a guide, that he will be my strength, that he will be everything I need and all that I can hope for. So don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Don't walk away just yet. Let God continue to work in you and through you, because if you trust and never doubt, he will surely bring you out. And God in his omniscience foreknew that even when we didn't know who Jesus was, that he knew that he could send his son to give us a reason to keep on hoping. And Christ has given me a reason to hope, that when we didn't have a reason to hold on, and sin had taken us down, and people tried to bring us back, and government put in legislation to hold us down, I can thank God that Christ is the embodiment of the enduring love that God has died for us to live. And the reason why I cannot give up, and why I cannot throw in the towel, and why I cannot give up, is because Christ is my hope. And he is. I may not have hope in my bank account, because banks will fail. I can't have hope in my degree, because my degree can be taken down. I can't have hope in the car that I drive, because that can be repossessed. But my hope is in the work of Jesus Christ on the cross of Calvary. My hope is in the one who can do all things but fail. My hope is in the one that gave me joy in the midst of sorrow. My hope is in the one that is my healer and my strong tower. My hope is in the one that's been my deliverer and my strength. And my hope is in Jesus. And I'm so glad that the old church taught me that my hope is built on nothing less but Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. Is there anybody grateful that you can trust God? Is there anybody grateful that I can depend on him? Is there anybody grateful that he'll show up? Is there anybody grateful that he'll make a way? Is there anybody grateful that he'll lift up my bowed down head? Is there anybody grateful he'll give me joy, joy in sorrow, hope for tomorrow? God bless you.
Reverend Xavier Goodwin, keep hope alive. Yes. Let us welcome the Nan Change Choir under the direction of our musical director, Minister Tyrone Richardson.
To be praised. God is a good God and he's worthy to
The Nan Change Choir, under the direction of our musical director, Minister Tyrone Richardson. He's good. He's good. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to National Action Network Live on 107.5 WBLS. Let us now receive our president and founder, the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton.
No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. 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 Shake hands with the person next to you.
Never give up.
Every year in March, the first Sunday, many of us go to Selma, Alabama to march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge because in 1965, they marched across that bridge fighting for voting rights. And we go back to remind ourselves of the blood that was shed to give us the right to vote. I've gone probably the last 25 years, preached at many of them. And I remember one year particularly that was striking to me. I walked across that bridge with President and Mrs. Barack Obama. And I thought about how when they began marching across that bridge in 1965, they were just dreaming of the right to vote. They never had any idea that there would be a black president in their lifetime. Woman in a wheelchair was between Obama and I. We were wheeling her across Amelia Boynton. And Amelia Boynton told me, I don't know why you got to beg folk to vote when we had to beg folk to not worry about getting a whipping. But if you keep on marching, son, if you keep going, your change will come. Many of us are not as bad off as we think. We just think we're more bad off than we are. If you would just believe in the powers that God has given you, you have more going for you than you can those that are against you can handle. But if you're not on your side, it don't matter who's on your side. You need to be supportive of yourself. I tell young folk when I do college campuses all the time, I said that I am the chairman of the board, president, CEO, secretary, treasurer, and sometime only member of the Al Sharpton fan club. We convene a meeting every morning, go in the bathroom and look in the mirror, call the meeting to order. I say, meeting call to order, go Al. You can do it, Al. You can take it, Al. You can make it through, Al. And once I come out that bathroom, it don't matter to me who say what, who write what. I'm on my side because I know if I just keep going, my change will come. National Action Network Change Choir. Give them a big hand. Give them a big hand. Certainly we're happy to be with you another Saturday morning for the Saturday Action Rally. For you that are here live in the House of Justice, 106 West 145th Street in the village of Harlem. And for you that are listening live on WBLS 107.5 FM in New York, and you that are watching us around the country and other parts of the world on Impact Television or at www.nationalactionnetwork.net. We're happy to be with you another Saturday to give our report on where the action is. Give a hand to our presider, Sister Nancy Darlene Crawford. our minister of music, Minister Tyrone Richardson. Give a hand to our band, Chris Garland, Raymond, and Guy Jenkins, and give Malcolm Snell a hand. Give Malcolm a hand. Did I say it right? Seal. They wrote it wrong. But you blow that thing right, so it don't matter. Glad to have him with us. And give a hand, didn't we enjoy our inspirational word, Reverend Xavier Goodwin? Give Reverend Goodwin a hand. Reverend Goodwin is at a historic church at Brownsville because I remember preaching at that church when I was a boy preacher for Roy Brown. It was Pilgrim Baptist then. And then when Roy Brown went on and founded Pilgrim Ministries, it became Brownsville Community Church. And Reverend Burton, for many years, I preached at that church. And we're glad to have him. And he gave us a word this morning, and we enjoyed it. Let me say before I say anything, I'm asking all of you that are watching and that are listening to me to pray for Reverend Jesse Jackson. Reverend Jackson is hospitalized. He's been in several times, and as many of you that are here know, I went to see him about 2.5 weeks ago when the book came out on him, and he was not doing well then, but now and they diagnosed him just at first with the Parkinson's, but they've now found out that he has what they call progressive supranuclear palsy, which is a rare neurodegenerative disease. And but God is able. And I talked to two of his sons, Yusef Du Bois Jackson, brilliant lawyer and an organizer, and I talked to his son, Jesse Jackson Jr. this morning. And we are in prayer for Reverend Jesse Jackson. He is the one that named this the House of Justice. When we opened up on Madison, 125th, we cut the ribbon, and that night I asked Reverend Jackson, because I started under Reverend Jackson. He made me youth director of Operation Breadbasket New York chapter under Reverend William Jones when I was 13. I met them when I was 12. And I asked him would he come and keynote. We've been close down through the years, and he keynoted, and in the climax of his sermon or his message that night, he said, we need to name this the House of Justice. And that's how we got the name House of Justice. And when I saw him, when I went to see him a couple of months ago, I told him we're in the process of getting a new headquarters. I'll probably be able to announce it before Thanksgiving. But I want to name a wing of that after Jesse Jackson. Because I think he deserved it. A lot of people understand there is strength in continuity. And a lot of us want to be 90-day wonders, like it all started with us. And usually when you hook into what starts with you, it's going to end with you. It's better to be connected to something bigger than you. So when you get weak or lost, you can be able to receive energy from the things you connected to. That's why we have organizations. And that is the difference between organized bodies and unorganized bodies. Some folk don't have movements, they have fits. Then between something happening and you having a fit and having a movement. I can't tell you, I sit with the staff all the time, Reverend Marshall and Ashley, Dominique, and everybody. And I tell them all the time, if you name me any issue we fought or name any incident that happened, I can tell you the folks that jumped up and say we are the activists right now and y'all need to sit down, and we ain't heard from them since. Every incident creates the new God. Some of them working for the other folks to infiltrate and mess you up. But the others that are sincere, but they don't have any long distance running in them. To run this race, you got to have more than your anger. You've got to have a commitment. And you got to know that this is something that you need to do. So I'm grateful to those that are with us and that are organized all over the chapters. We have 131 chapters nationwide. They're getting ready to do Thanksgiving drives all over the country. Now, what we do on Thanksgiving is feed folks here. We give away turkeys here for you that need a turkey. And when I say need one, I mean need one to take home and cook, not go to 125th Street and sell my turkey. So I need you that want to help volunteer to help us distribute turkeys. And I'll be distributing them on Tuesday, November 25th. That morning, we're in Newark distributing turkeys with Mayor Raz Baraka and our regional director, Reverend Steffi Bartley, but I'll be here distributing the turkeys at 5. But I need some volunteers. You can sign up at the counter in the back and say, I want to volunteer to help hand out the turkeys. And you that are watching or listening on radio can go online to www.nationalactionnetwork.net or call the toll-free number 1-877-626-4651, 1-877-626-4651. And then on Thanksgiving Day, we feed hot meals, a whole meal here. And it's usually packed, and I want you to come. You that don't have a Thanksgiving family, to be our family. And though you that may have a family but want to help serve people, come and help serve. We start 11 in the morning, and you know you ain't going to eat till 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Come serve an hour or 2 and then go home. This is for the homeless. It's for seniors that may not have anywhere else to eat. I've had people come one year and do well, and they back the next year helping to serve and bring in the pot or bring in things that we can serve. So I want everybody that can to help us on Thanksgiving Day. I was with Zoran Mamdani the other day, the mayor-elect. He said he's going to be here with me to help serve on Thanksgiving Day. And he was here with us last Christmas. So I want all of us to be in the giving mood and in the giving perspective. I think that it is imperative that people understand you are judged by what you give, not by what you get. And I want everybody to help. In that spirit, I don't know anyone that has exemplified and personified that more than Michael Gardner. Michael Gardner has every year been here with us, not only Christmas and on Thanksgiving, but throughout the year. And what he's done for businesses, bringing business, he's worked under Mayor Adams, and they've increased the amount of black and brown businesses more than any mayoralty I know, certainly in recent history. And people need to talk about that. We all know what we don't agree with, but we need to stand up for what we agree with. And one of the things is that black and minority and brown and women businesses excel under the directorship of this brother. And I want to give him a few minutes to say something. Give a hand to Brother Michael Garner.
Good morning, Nan. Good morning. I bring you greetings from City Hall, but let me just start out by saying that when we started this journey, and in order to turn the city's minority business program around, we solicited the support of the Civil Rights Movement. So Dr. Reverend Al Sharpton, the late great Hazel Dukes, and Mark Morial, they wrote op-ed pieces supporting Mayor Adams's MWB bills up in Albany. And guess what happened? All of those bills got passed for the first time in one legislative session. And so I just want to thank Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton for his outstanding leadership in partnering with us to level the playing field of awarding contracts to certified minority and women-owned businesses in the greatest city in the world, that's New York City. As a result of the op-ed pieces and all of those bills being passed, I'm happy to announce that in 3 years and 10 months, the city of New York has awarded $24 billion in contracts to minority and women-owned business. $24 billion. 36% of all contracts awarded by the city of New York now are awarded to certified MWBEs. There are a number of black-owned businesses in the audience right now. I want to mention Meredith Marshall, the chairman of BRP Companies, who we gave a $400 million contract to in developing affordable housing in Queens. Stand up, Meredith. I want to also acknowledge Genesis, a black developer. $400 million contract rehabbing the Fred Samuel houses in the back of Nan. $400 million development deal. When you talk about companies, Michael Sutton of Infrastructure not only has a $26 million contract with us, but he's based in Chicago with offices here. He has also worked on a $140 million contract building the Obama Center in the south side of Chicago right now. When you talk about black female-owned firms, Jennifer Temps, a staffing company in Brooklyn, $8 million contract under this administration. When you talk about a black female manufacturer, Francilla Wilkins, who a $6.5 million investment by the city has created a manufacturing company in the Brooklyn Navy Yard producing health and beauty products. Finally, I want to mention Worldwide Technology, a $400 million contract. Ralph Ramsey is right here. Stand up, Ralph. $400 million contract. And so I just came here to thank Nan, to thank Dr. Reverend Al Sharpton, his senior advisor, Kyra Wallace, as we fight to make sure that contracts are awarded by the city of New York in an inclusive manner, because we understand that access to contracts equals job creation, better educational option and healthcare options for their respective families, and home ownership opportunities for their respective families. Also want to recognize the DOT commissioner under the city of New York, Rodriguez, whose Department of Transportation has awarded 35% of their contracts. And finally, I want to present to the Dr. Reverend Al Sharpton his piece of the apple. Hold on. This is thanking Reverend Al Sharpton. We want to give you your piece of the apple. a crystal apple of the city of New York. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. That's real numbers. Give him a big hand. One of the reasons that we should vote is to put people in power that will deliver and then come back and announce what they give you real numbers, got real people standing up with real contracts. Hello. Give him another big hand, Michael Garner. And I want to congratulate in that spirit, the Urban League opened the Empowerment Center this week, and we were part of that. Mark Morial, who works very closely with us. Now, let me also say by way of announcements, and I want to get into a couple of things before it gets too deep in the program. Today is the beginning of MSNBC becoming MS Now. MSNBC becoming MS Now. When it spun off, it agreed that on November 1st, which is a couple of days away, it would become MS Now. Now, we are December 1st. We are on the same channel, same time. So don't worry about it. Watch Politics Nation, 5 o'clock on MS Now. That was until midnight last night, MSNBC. So some of y'all just need to understand that nothing has changed but the name. So I just want everybody to know that I've got a couple of governors on tonight. I want to deal with this fallout where we are with the SNAP programs and where we are with the whole question of going in the holidays with inflation. Because a lot of this stuff Trump is talking is not real. And to re-up the SNAP program is not going to be as easy as they say. So I have 2 of the governors on. I have one of the senators today and tomorrow. I have Governor Hochul on tomorrow and others. So watch Politics Nation with Al Sharpton live at 5 on MS Now. And I know all of you here do, many of you watching do, and if we could ever get Tony to pay his cable bill, he can watch too. You didn't think I missed you this morning, Tony did. Now, let me say a couple of things that I think we are being distorted, that's being distorted. One is that when the Democrats and in the U.S. Senate said that they were not going to vote for the continuation of the budget until they dealt with health care, they all stood solid for over 40 days. I believe that it was the shutdown that really caught the attention of the American public. Because you could ignore a lot of stuff, but you could not ignore the fact that you could not do certain things because federal workers were not doing their job. You wouldn't even want to fly because air traffic controllers were not coming to work. You did not want to deal with a lot of our services that we use every day. And if you're a federal employee, you were working and not getting paid. And they were even saying at one point you may not get back pay when it was over. Now, that was because the Democrats had said that unless they extended the Affordable Care Act, which they call Obamacare, that they were not going to approve the budget because if they didn't extend the act, they feared the Republicans was going to enable the raising of the premiums, so it would no longer be affordable. One of the goals
of Donald Trump has always been to undo whatever Barack Obama did. Let's be real clear. He was committed to undoing anything that Obama did. And he had the nerve last week to come out and say, well, we'll redo another program, call it the Trump Care. He is so insecure and small that everything that he went to the ball game said they need to name the stadium after him. Now, they held out and the Democrats gained the support of most Americans, according to the polling. And they won California, Prop 50. They won in New Jersey. The governor is now a woman coming in. They won in Virginia. And Mandani won here in New York. They had a clean sweep. Now, what I want y'all to be careful of, 8 Democrats decided to cave after the election and decided they were going to make a deal with the Republicans. Now, whoever the 8 are, in my judgment, are wrong. If we went that far, we should have held on. But don't forget, it was the Republicans that shut it down in the first place. Something strange to me about folk that are more angry at Schumer than they are the Republicans. Oh, Schumer need to resign. No, Thune and them need to resign. Well, Red Mal, guy called me on the radio, and you know some folk ain't got nothing to do all day, so they roll over on the couch and call me with some hallucination. Red Mal, don't you think Schumer and them got in the back and they chose which one? First of all, ain't no evidence of that. Schumer voted against them going back. So did Reverend Warnock and all of them. So why are you trying to come up with a conspiracy on Schumer? And when I disagree with Schumer, I say that. But there's no evidence of that. Why ain't you mad with the 8 that went on the other side with the Republicans? Don't get confused. Now, it still has to go to the House. And when it goes to the House, Hakeem Jeffries, member of this organization, has the Democratic caucus, and they can start fighting there. So we don't know what's going to happen in January. Now, in the middle of all of this, that's why I want to go back to why I liked how Reverend preached this morning. In the middle of all of this, we see that there's always God got a ram in the bush. Y'all start panicking. Faith is not when everything looks right. Faith is when things look cloudy and you keep going anyhow. Y'all that like a perfect ride are never going to have anything. But Reverend Goodwin, those of us that had the ride and we didn't know if the road was still there, that's faith. You that want a well laid out life, don't tell me you're a person of faith. But it's those that go when there's no guarantee. That's how I was raised. My mother raised us. When Daddy left and Mama had to go on welfare, Mama raised us. That every meal was something God gave us. It wasn't promised to us. Some of you that just went through the SNAP removal and still going through, understand that it ain't promised to you. But what is promised is that God would make a way for his children. So now let me paint this picture. 8 Democrats go with the Republicans. They throw health care to the wind. We'll talk about it in January, maybe. That's what they say. Now, everybody mad with Schumer and the Democrats. In the middle of that, out of nowhere, they dropped these emails from Mr. Epstein. Now, Donald Trump, who didn't know nothing about nothing, is all over the email. I'm not making this up. The email said that Trump was the only dog that ain't barked yet. He's emailing this to the woman in jail. The woman in jail is convicted of sex trafficking. Trump sent his lawyer down there, and all of a sudden, by some miracle, Commissioner Rodriguez, she ends up getting transferred to a minimum security jail with all kind of, I mean, it's almost like a five-star hotel, they tell me. Now, connect the dots. Trump said he didn't know nothing. Now we find out they were saying he was there. One email said, well, you know, Trump was with, and they blanked out the victim's name all day. Now, he didn't say they had sex, but he said they spent a lot of time together. But Trump said he don't know nothing about nothing. And Epstein sent this email to Maxwell, who's a convict, just like he was convicted. We ain't making accusations. They were convicted of taking children, young girls, trafficking them and raping them, because anybody that has sex underage is a rape. Now will Trump come out? Watch this. He comes out now and says, well, I've asked the Department of Justice to investigate Bill Clinton. And everybody, first of all, you told us it was a hoax. Now you say and investigate others that you said was in a hoax? You cannot allow our communities to be bamboozled with foolishness. Fact of the matter is, the moral standards in this country. I was so glad I was on Nicole Wallace show yesterday. I was glad to see that the bishops in the Catholic Church, Udonis, come out about the deportations and about how it is immoral. They're just snatching people out of the street in Chicago and other places, saying they're here illegal. Prove yourself legal. The morality in this country has gone to nothing. When you elect a man president that you see on videotape talk about just grab a woman by her privates, now been accused of being involved in sex trafficking or at least having knowledge of it, that can't last. I don't care what y'all say. You run around talking about Trump can't be beat. He's building a house on quicksand. And I believe in a God that'll sit there and let time run out. Sometimes God lets stuff happen to see whose side you on. Sometimes God let things happen to see who stands up. But I don't care how many times Trump comes with his stuff, I'm on the Lord's side. I'm on the side of those that are broken and afflicted, and God put us here to stand up for them. I'm on the Lord's side. The fight that we have got to get ready for is the deportation fight is escalating, and they're going from looking for Mexicans to anybody Latino, to anybody Haitian, to anybody Nigerian, to anybody black. They're going to be grabbing up everybody. We need to stand up as ministers, just like that bishop did, and say that we are not going to sit silently by that. Let me tell you something else. This whole thing of they killing drug dealers on boats in Venezuela. First of all, whatever happened to due process? Nobody proved these folks as drug dealers. They've not been brought in a court of law. And if you make it normal to kill people based on an accusation by Trump, they'll start doing that across the board. Ain't it funny? You know, I ain't as smart as some of y'all. But it's strange to me that they done shot up all these boats transporting drugs, but they ain't showed us no drugs. I mean, wouldn't you think by now that they would be showing us the bags of dope that they got off the boat? I mean, they got all these lenses and laser beams just showing you where the boat going and boom. But where is the drugs? If they was transporting drugs, where the dope at? I mean, show me something. I've been to court enough times with Tony. You got to put the evidence up. Where the evidence? Now, Tony wasn't into drugs. I ain't saying that. I went to court Tony for traffic stuff. I never understood how he had a traffic ticket and don't have a car, but I went anyway. I mean, you look, this man has conned America. I said it last night on somebody's show. Where the drugs? The reporter sat up there and said, you know, we never thought about that. I mean, show me something. But this is a distraction. And more heated it gets on this Epstein stuff, watch, he gonna try to go into Venezuela. And he's announced that he's gone into Nigeria. About they killing Christians. And the president said, no, we're not. I'm coming in there, guns blazing. Well, you didn't go into Ukraine, guns blazing. Why do you only choose black and Latino countries to go in blazing? You've had gangs in charge of Haiti. You didn't go in there blazing. There is a distraction going on, and we need to stand up and cry loud and spare not and lift up our voice like a trumpet in Zion. Don't preach, Reverend, about Nebuchadnezzar. Don't preach about Belshazzar. And you scared of those that sit in power with wickedness today. Don't tell me what God did for Daniel if you don't believe he can do it for us. The same God that locked the jaws of lions in the lion's den, the same God that took the heat out of the fire for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the same God is still on the throne. I'm not scared of Trump. If you scared, back up and let somebody not scared stand up and do what got to be done. My message to you today is we're being tested. Not by Trump, not by the Republicans. God is allowing them to be used to test where we are. Are we going to stand up and do what is right? Let me get this right. We were brought here as chattel slaves. brought here chained, locked to each other. Never been a form of slavery recorded as brutal as us. Every time I go to Europe or Africa, I look down at the Atlantic and think about how our forefathers, I'm talking about my great-grandfather, came across that ocean. You sitting up there first class ordering a cocktail. They brought your great-grandparents across there locked to each other. And if one died, you just had to hold up and pray you didn't die. Wasn't no accommodation. Couldn't go to the restroom. Whatever happened, you were locked there. And with those that made it, they sold. Most died in the Atlantic. That's why we ain't got no excuse, because in our genes is the strongest Africans. In our genes are the ones that made it through the storms and the rain and all the ocean off it and made it. In my blood are the blood of survivors. That's why I'm not scared of y'all. I got survivors' blood. We went from that to turning this country upside down. And now we are scared. 246 years, slaves. Finally let us in the Union Army. We backed up the Confederates, helped Lincoln beat them. He signed the Emancipation Proclamation, only lasted 12 years. For 100 years, we lived under Jim Crow. Had to sit in back of buses, couldn't use water fountains. Couldn't eat in restaurants, couldn't stay in a hotel. We fought, we marched, we went to jail. Some died, we beat that. Now you get to the 21st century and you let some con man that used to sell real estate scare you. No, we are too strong. We've been through too much. We come up the rough side of the mountain. We beat bigger, badder things than you. I'm not going to bow. Well, Reverend, we got to deal with him. Maybe we can cut a deal. Did Moses cut a deal with Pharaoh? Did David cut a deal with Goliath? Throw your Bible away if you're in the deal-making business. I made my deal. I made my deal. When my mama brought me down to the altar and I joined the Church of God in Christ, I made my deal. For him I live, and him I breathe, for him I hold my peace. And he promised he'd make a way out of no way. I made my deal. When a man walked up Mount Calvary with a cross on his back and said he shed blood for you and me, I made my deal. I don't need no Trump deal. I got a deal already made. And if my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray, quit scheming, quit hustling, and pray and turn from your wicked ways, then, right then, we'll hear from heaven. I'll heal the land. I'll heal the land. I will heal the land. One of the reasons that I always give my elders credit is they taught me days like this would come. I remember my mother was a coaching member. I later became Baptist. She used to play Sam Cooke's song, Change Gonna Come. I didn't understand it then. But I never stopped hearing that. Born by the river, in a little tent, just like that river. Been running ever since. Been a long, hard day coming. Hard time coming, but a change gonna come. And then when Daddy left, the people, I used to preach in different churches based in Washington Temple, but I'd go out. But when Daddy left and disgraced the family, folks that used to pat me on the back, Xavier, started laughing, saying that's the one whose daddy messed up. And it broke my self-esteem. I'm 10 years old, I didn't do nothing wrong, but I was victimized by a domestic disgrace. Some of y'all been through that. I share mine because ain't nobody in here ain't been through something. But just because you've been through some mess don't mean your life is over. Just because something may have happened and you had stumbled don't mean you can't get up. And somehow God put me under great men. Adam Clayton Powell took time with me, and Reverend William Jones. And then I met Jesse Jackson, who told me I was somebody. And I believed it. He made me say it. I am somebody. My mind is a pearl. I can learn anything in the world. I had enough craziness to believe it, and I never backed down since. And then I went on as time went on, and Brother Reverend Apostle Marvin Sapp said he saw the best in me. Y'all keep asking about some controversies and was Reverend this and what happened in the 80s, but all the mess they want to dig up and lie about, he saw the best in me. When everyone else saw the worst in me, he's mine. He's mine. And I'm his. He saw the best in me.
He saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst in me. Oh, he saw the best in me when everyone else around me could only see the worst in me. I'm so glad he did. So glad he did. He saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst in me. Yes, he did. Oh, God saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst in me. I'm so glad he did. I'm so glad he did. He didn't give up because he saw the best in me when everyone else could only see the worst. But God, he saw something down on the inside. He saw the best in me when everyone else could only see the worst in me. Oh, she is mine and I am his. It doesn't matter what I did, 'cause she only sees me for who I am. Oh, he's mine and I'm his. It doesn't matter what I did, 'cause God only sees me for who I am. Help me say, oh, he's mine. He's mine.
Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Sing it like you mean it. Sing it like you mean it. We want justice. We want freedom. Everybody's singing. One more time, y'all. One more time, y'all. One more time, y'all. I'm to open the doors of the movement. There may be someone here today that never joined National Action Network. You hear us on the radio, you see my television show, but never became a member of the organization. If you're here today, whether you have membership dues or not, don't worry about it. Just come on down and shake my hand and let us join you and make you a part of this justice family. I would not come in rallies and not leave here committed that I'm going to do what I can to be a member of the organization. Come on. Everybody say, come on, just come to me. Everybody sing. Everybody singing. Yeah. Sing it like you mean it. Sing it like you mean it. Sing it like you mean it. Everybody singing. Everybody sing. Everybody singing. One last time, y'all. One last time, y'all. One last time, y'all. Yeah. All right. All right. Before we take in the two new members, let's raise our offering. I want everybody to give to the best of your ability. Some people report the news, others interpret it, but there are those who transform it into truth. Ari Melba has redefined journalism with intellect, creativity, and courage. He blends culture and current events, politics and poetry, truth and transparency. And in doing so, he reminds us that storytelling is a sacred work. Ari understands that our narratives shape our nation, and he has used his platform to highlight issues that matter to the people, not just to the powerful. Tonight we honor him for bridging art and activism, for using his voice to educate, inspire, and empower. Join me, please, in celebrating Ari Melba, recipient of the President's Award of Historic Transformative Leadership.
Good evening. Thanks for having me. How are you guys doing? First of all, Babyface is 67 years old. We might need a fact check on that. What an honor to be up here with Rev and everyone else. When Rev started out, they said, he's just doing this to get on TV. Now he has a TV show. He kept along and they said, well, he's just setting himself up to run for office, be a politician. Now he has the politicians coming here. to be accountable to you. We're celebrating his 71st birthday, God bless. I don't think he's planning to run for office in his late 70s or 80s, although people do that nowadays. I don't know if you've heard. So as far as I can tell, maybe he was doing it for the people. Maybe he was doing it for voting rights and human rights and being an advocate for people in communities where when bad things do happen, they don't have a local advocate or a federal advocate, or suddenly it doesn't feel like they have anyone who cares about what's happening to them. So it's funny, in the middle you can't always prove the case, but by this stage in his illustrious contributions to the United States, he's doing it for everyone. So shout out to Rev. I'm really honored to get this award. My grandmother was a refugee. My father's an immigrant. Like a lot of other people that I get to interact with, I'm very aware that my worst days are better than some of their best days. And so I keep that in mind, and I know Rev does and a lot of other people do. This award was called Leadership in the Arts. I'm honored by it. I love the arts. I won't say whether I've ascended to being a leader in the arts, but I will share with you the leaders I learned from. I learned civil rights from Sam Cooke. I learned about colonialism from Bob Marley. I learned about activism from Gil Scott-Heron. He said the revolution will not be televised. We're working on that. Reb and I are working on that. I learned about the media from KRS-One. I learned about politics from Public Enemy. I learned about police brutality from Tupac, and about feminism from Lauryn Hill.
Volunteering to help Thanksgiving
So when I
Day.
was
How
growing
many
up,
are
I
you
did
going to
okay
help?
in school, but
All
I
right, they're going to have
quickly learned as a
orientation
teenager
at
there
12
were all of
noon
these parts that weren't
right
in
here in the
the official
auditorium.
story.
We want to have
they were-
orientation. We only have this Saturday and next Saturday. And within this Thanksgiving we got next, so we want you to be oriented. Don't come and jump up in the camera and have not known what to do. All right. It's not showtime at the Apollo. This is serving people that need service. All right. Bring us our new members. All right, we're glad to welcome Brother Isaac Sekou Bayo and Sister Judith Warner. All right, give both of them a hand. We welcome both of you to National Action Network. We need you. We want your ideas, your thoughts, your participation. That is Bill Griffin, who's the head of the New York chapter. He will tell you when we have orientation. But you may have ideas that we don't have. They have 23, 24 committees. You may have something in mind that they don't have. We won't do that because this is an organization that wants to remain live and on the case. And we believe you have something to continue in that area. So thank you for coming forward. As of right now, you're full-fledged members of the National Action Network. Turn and face the audience and give them a big hand and welcome them. Welcome them. Welcome them to the National Action Network. All right. How many of you visitors have heard of the story of the exonerated? Go there. We give out new members. I'm giving them all so they can take notes. Give to both. These are the new members. That's not for you now. I see you with a notepad. I know you done took it from the member. No, Goldie don't do that. That's why I can tease. All right, let's get ready to go. Again, orientation for those that are going to work. We are also, by the holiday, we getting up our gear so you can wear, Sister Iola, where's Inola? We getting our gear so you can buy people. I work out now in our own Nan gear. I say, ain't no use in me advertising Nike. I ain't Nike. I'm Nanny. So get ready. We got more than, she gonna have some gear, she'll tell you. You will give somebody a National Action Network cap or something for the holiday. And so I wouldn't be a member of something I wasn't proud to show. All right, let us all stand. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now. Repeat after me. We're an African people, robbed of our names, our language, our families, our self-respect. But we shall rise, never to fall again. Up, you mighty race. We can accomplish what we will. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Shake hands with the one you next to. Shake my hand before you leave.